Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Ninja Machine League. It is week 4 of 12. It's 4-12 week, hooray! Perhaps that would be a good sign for the Pittsburgh Power as they try to keep their win streak up against the 3-0 Atlanta Aces. We are down to just 6 3-0 teams right now. The Aces, Maryland Hawks, Houston Hurricanes, Reno Runners, Vancouver Voyagers, and Wellington Wizards. They're all in action tonight, as well as 4 teams at 0-3 trying to get off the losing train. A couple of very big matchups. Biggest one probably going to be the Alaska Annihilators and Reno Runners in the Western Conference, and by pure happenstance, that will be our main event tonight. But coming up first on the docket is the Melbourne Mighties and the Kyoto Katanas. We are starting off hot tonight. Two very strong teams out of the International Conference. Kyoto, despite an 81-point scoring average, is sitting at 1-2. Melbourne with a 96 scoring average, sitting at 2-1, with the second best scoring average, in fact, of the International Conference. Now I could find where I actually put in the players. There we go. They'll be on Grotto this afternoon, as we begin with Jay Lewis. He's going to pick up the clear. Very good. An exit on Pirate Ship for Joel Mantley. A very difficult balance obstacle. Zoe Harkness. Should be noted, Melbourne going with 2 women in their lineup. Zoe Harkness and Annabella Heinrichs. Zoe doing... Ayano Oshima has been on a tear lately. In fact, she's tonight's cover athlete. She picks up the clear. Melbourne now moving up to a 20-10 lead as they get their second buzzer. Casual. Let's see how Annabella does. Failing cannonball swing, so maybe that double female strategy might come back to bite them. But in the meantime, with 3 clears including a razor-fast 159, we do not see sub-2s very often. That might be only the 3rd or 4th one. The Melbourne Mighties taking a 37-22 lead as Oshima failing the galleon. Well, that has ground her success to a halt. Not much better out of Charles Pujad. Joel Mantley unable to get the Kyoto Katanas going. So far, no clears of stage 2. And we still won't have any. But Annabella picks up the first clear. And maybe that strategy will pay off. Yoshiyuki Yamamoto with a blazing fast clear time. And here is Zoe Harkness. We have seen the women get the majority of buzzers a couple of times, and that has happened again. We move on to the third stage as the Mighties have a mighty big lead. And the hometown boy Zach Stoles could put things on ice with a clear here. In fact, I'm fairly certain he has already put things on ice. And fails the jump of the Heartbreaker. Brutal. So Kyoto could just barely catch up. Now they cannot, as Keitaro Yamamoto has a stunning fail of floating pillars. Second 0 on the board tonight for Kyoto. Not that the Mighties let up an inch. They're going to put up 100. For the third time in 4 games, actually. Last time on Grotto, they scored 108 points. This time on Grotto, they scored 108 points. As they get the double clear of Stage 3. Believe that's the first there's no way that's the first perfect Stage 3. I know we haven't had a perfect Stage 1 or 2 yet. But Jay Lewis and Yoshiyuki Yamamoto terrorizing this course. Zoe Harkness and Annabella Heinrichs also with a strong performance. I think Ayano Oshima had the only buzzer for Kyoto, whereas everybody on Melbourne got one. And we move on next to the Denver Destroyers and California Flyers. California finally got their crap together a couple weeks ago and submitted a lineup. Denver, I don't think we've heard much from Denver, if I'm not mistaken. They're coming out of the Western Conference. This is going to be our first look at Neon tonight. Denver sitting at 2-1, third best in the conference. California also 2-1, fifth best in the conference. So very likely we see these two teams in the playoffs. Ugh. Rough go of it there, as Yuta Yamashita only able to put up the 7. Abby Clark looking to get this party started for the women. There we go. Flyers take an 8-7 lead. By perfect stage, I'm considering everybody on one team clears, nobody on the other team clears. As Arthur Poindefort gets the first buzzer for Denver tonight. We go 3 for 4 now. Strong run. Our first, well, now we have 2 odd eyes fails. It'll be interesting to see how these clear bonuses play out, as we have, I believe it was Clement Gravier clearing. And Amir Malik going to wrap things up for the Flyers. Clearing on the 17-footer, taking the fastest time from Abby Clark. And it'll be the California Flyers in a 47-38 lead. In fact, was that the top 3 clear times? No. No, it was not. Okay. Okay. Did you? Okay. Fine. I'm not very, hard for me to remember things. Katarzyna Jonacek. I'm fairly certain that's the closest clear we've had. Or again, 4 for 4. Wait, hold on. What? Amir Malik is on the California Flyers. Well, on Blaze's team? What? Hold on. Oh, did I never swap that? Because he set the lineup after the trade. Okay. So it's California. California was... Okay, so he set the lineup and then made the trade. So Amir Malik is out. What I'm going to do, because the rest of this matchup is fine, is run the matchup. And then California will get a random player. Let's see who all is on their bench. Adam Burnett, David Campbell, and whoever the other person in the trade was. Oh, Abby's also on California. Okay. Because I have Emily Gardner starting for Houston this week because Blaze never took her out of the lineup. Okay. So I'm just going to put in Abby Clark for Houston. Because they haven't started a woman, so might as well be there. California Flyers. I assume we'll put Emily Gardner and Cal Plahoros. Just going to be my assumption based on the trade because I haven't heard hide or hair from Cyan. Are you in the chat? Cyan, if you're in the chat, make yourself known, please. Yeah, you guys got to correct these things way sooner or else I'm never going to catch them. Alright, so I also, why didn't Yas tell me of this? Come on, Yas. Alright, so what I'm going to do is run the rest of this matchup, void Amir Malik and Abby Clark's points. No, Malik, you have not gone yet. I run these in the order that they are on schedule, and I am only on the second match. So you're not for... Where are you on this list? Like 10 more games. And then I'll rescore manually. So this run counts. Unlucky for Yamashita, failing the last obstacle twice. This run does not count. And that's bad luck because she cleared. Who knows what the actual score is? Come on with a tough break there. Millie Baker, this run counts. Oh, wow. Okay. This is paying off so far. Cool, I run games in the order that they are on schedule. This is only the second game. So, if I'm not mistaken, you're... Oh, my goodness. Brutal. That could cost Denver, California the game once we do these reruns. Although Oliver Luttman is going to get a nice time here. Assuming he clears Rainbow Road, this would be potentially a walk-off after the rescore. Assuming you're the Pittsburgh Power, no, you're not going for another, like, 10 games. And not a walk-off because Tetsuya Tada lost her run, but nice clear by Oliver Lutman. How did Millie almost clear? Because she's really freaking good at Ninja. And also because the RNG gods shined upon her. Alright, is that the walk-off clear for California? We'll have to find out in a moment. These scores will change. So now... did I exported that. So I'm going to, for everybody who's just getting here and confused, the wrong lineup got put in, and so I'm making some adjustments here. What in the hell happened here? Okay, fascinating. Okay, so the runs coming off of the board are Abby Clark and Amir Malik. Instead, being put in are Cal Plahoros and Emily Gardner. Wait, no, I have to do, well, hold on, here's what I'll do. If they don't clear, I'll just individual run them. Okay, Cal Plahoros picks up 4 points. Emily Gardner does clear. The time of 197.22 seconds. Did you have a time limit? Yes. So this second stage run counts, and then Cal will get a run on stage 2. In which she times out unlucky. Okay, so I think that pretty much secures that Denver won this game. But just to be sure, individual stage simulation 12, 7, 5, second stage Cal Plahoros. Time's out. So that trade, in fact, is going to cost California the game here. Clement now has the fastest time, so he's up to 8 points. Arthur Poindeford has not the second fastest time, excuse me. Third fastest time. Emily Gardner with the second fastest time, picking up a 15 ball. But the actual final score of this match will be Denver Destroyers 108, California Flyers 84. And now we can finally move on. next up we have the Hawaii Honu and Atlanta Antelopes. Austin Antelopes. Hawaii had a pretty rough week last week, I saw. So they are looking to get back to righting the ship here. Yeah, only 40 points last week. They had one clear. In fact, there were only 2 clears in that entire match. Austin, meanwhile, had that thriller with San Francisco a couple weeks ago. Last week, they put up 81 points again, but beat the Los Angeles Reapers. And that puts Austin currently at 1-2. And the Hawaii Honu at 0-3 as they try to get this ship going. Hawaii, if I'm not mistaken, is the lowest, not the lowest scoring team in the league. Excuse me, Toronto has even fewer points, but they do have a win. So Hawaii desperately wanting to knock off the cobwebs here as they start with Gavinobi, who only picks up 4 points. Caden Lubsack up next for the Antelopes. There's a timeout for the Honu by somebody, I didn't see who. And yeah, we're starting to see some struggle buses here. I don't know if we've had a clear yet. No, we have not had a clear yet. Nora Brown John, the last hope for one. No, okay, well, for the second straight week, no clears in Hawaii's match in the first stage. And Nora Brown John right back on the course. And this time she gets the first clear of the match, beating stage 2. Zach Toussaint, who has a clear record on, or had a clear record on Neon. Well then. Oleanic also going to fail target practice. A timeout of target practice. And there's a second clear of the match for Austin. Gavin Obi has had quite the time to rest and finally gets a clear on the board for the Honu. 52-38 though, as Honu needs to get something going or else they're going to be going 0-4. Failing inverted Torenbond, they sit at 46 right now. Tom Alberti failing the very end of Golden Corkscrew. And that'll do it. Okay, well, another one of these cursed endings to the match. Final score is 62-46. Austin picking up the win despite a significant drop in their point output. There was the end of the match for everybody just coming back in. And after that underwhelming match, let's get our palates cleansed with Seoul versus Toronto. The Seoul Dragons, of course, the only team to win an overtime match this season. They sit at 2-1 with a scoring average of 94. Toronto, despite having a win in the column, currently sit as the lowest scoring team in the league. They'll look to wash that away on Grotto. As Ethan Burtnicki starts our proceedings. Ethan Martnicki starting off with a clear. Zach Burkholder unable to match. But Olivia Vivian. 2 for 2. And that's just going to be enough time for Hollis Lansford. And now Shuzo Uchimi with an opportunity to put Toronto in the lead. Very much does not take it. Seoul getting a clear, though. And Corinne Capriati. A lot of Pennsylvania residents in this match. Matt Keller, Corinne Capriati, Zach Burkholder. And Seoul taking a 45-34 lead through one stage. Toronto starting to get their stuff together, it must be said. Okay, 2 for 2 clears on stage 2 to get this started. 3 for 3. Well then, we've only had one 8 for 8 stage, and I've already ruined it. A rare fail out of Renee Castley. A galleon fail out of Silas Snyder, sure. Ethan Bartnicki is going to bring this to a screeching halt. And after I said that we started 3 for 3 and we've had one 8 for 8 stage, the next 5 people failed. And it's Soul Dragons 76, Toronto Raccoons 54, so Toronto will improve their scoring average. Not by much. Below average day for Renee Castley, but shouldn't matter. This run completely moot. Except to see if Seoul can break the century mark. They cannot. And your final score is Soul Dragons 86, Toronto Raccoons 62. Some nice double clears for Corinne, Olivia, and Matt Keller. There was not a single woman fail in this match. One of the stories of the season, the women have shown up to play. Atlanta Ice is going to be taking on the New York Nighthawks. New York finally set a lineup this week, so that's exciting. And this will be our first Eastern Conference match, so they're going to be on Shamrock. And not a great start for the Nighthawks. Not much better for the Aces. Now Michael Belling gets it together but runs out of time. Ethan Gardolski failing Nejire to corkscrew. And there is our first clear of the match out of Brett Strong, giving the Nighthawks a sizable lead. Brittany Durant can't improve much on it. Kara McCarthy has been a sneaky MVP candidate. And she's going to put up another strong time. However, the strongest time came out of Mr. Strong. And it's 28 all after one stage. Rough night for Ethan. Brittany Durant getting on the board with a clear in stage 2. Another one this time for New York. Excuse me, for Atlanta. Another one for New York, though. Caden Forshaw. I think I might have said Caden Lebsack at some point. I'm like half paying attention. Ooh, Kara not able to get the 2 for 2 tonight. How about Brett Strong? He will get the 2 for 2 tonight. Not going to put up the fastest time. It goes to Jackson Erdos with a 140. Which is the new fastest time on the second stage. Jackson Erdos. He has the stage clear record on Grotto's third stage and now Shamrock's second stage. Very exciting. First person with 2 different stage clear records on 2 different courses. A second on Shamrock and a third on Grotto. Speaking of which, here is the third stage. Maybe he'll take the third stage clear record from Tyler Smith. It's a 5:48. He does not get the record, but he does get the clear. And a tremendous night for Jackson. Not so much for Nate Hansen, who puts this matchup on ice. Jackson is your MVP as the Aces take this one 88-67. Although, credit to Brett Strong, he had a very good night as well. But a perfect 40 out of Jackson Erdos. We've only seen 1 or 2 of them so far. And that moves the Atlanta Aces up to 4-0. First team tonight to 4-0. Couple still coming up. Indianapolis Inferno, Tampa Bay Gas Bars. Tampa Bay, after their brutal scheduling start to the season, trying to get something going at 1-2, but yet somehow sitting 5th in the Eastern Conference, just by the way everything rolled out. Things not necessarily getting easier for them, though, as Indianapolis is 1 step ahead of them in 4th place. So we'll see how this matchup goes. It'll be fun. Akshar Pampu will get this party started. And she's going to clear. Great run. Just barely saving that cargo net. Zeke Huber, a new pickup. Is going to fail Last Dragon. And meanwhile, Matt D'Amico going to put up a strong time of his own. Grace Gordon, I think, just set the new clear record. I have no idea what's happening. Okay, that's Jackson Tway. I thought for a second that was Jackson Erdos and got really confused. Brady Park's going to get the clear. How about Yuri Prokudin? He'll pick up a clear. Remember, last time we were on Shamrock with the Tampa Bay Gas Bars, we had an 8 for 8 first stage. Here we're going to have a 6 for 6 with 2 final obstacle fails. Grace Gordon with a 235. It's not the record. Asa Reynolds has a 229. But Tampa Bay taking a 52-31 lead with 21 points of clear bonuses after they pick up the top 3 spots. Akshar will once again start for the Inferno, failing Pinwheel, and Grace Gordon comes down to earth a bit after failing Hourglass Drop. Well, we're really all coming down to earth. Wow, okay. We're just really not clearing this stage, are we? There we go. Jackson Twait gets redemption and beats stage 2. Zeke Huber, not so much. Matt D'Amico with a very nice time to go 2 for 2 on the night. Brady Parks cannot clear, and all of a sudden, because the only 2 clears were Infernos, the Inferno take a 77-61 lead into the third stage. And that might have put this one on ice unless Caleb Bergstrom can pull out a third stage clear. She's on pace to do. He does! How about that? Need Isaiah Thomas to fail, though. He does! Uh-oh. Nicholas Jacob can walk it off with a clear. Otherwise, it'll be the Inferno taking this one. We wait with bated breath to see if he can make the big finish. He does! And Nicholas Jacob walks it off for the Tampa Bay Gas Bars in a thriller. The Gas Bars again playing a double century game. They pick up a 105-103 win, and if you look at the difference, it was 2 points, and those 2 points were settled by 0.3 of a second. What a match. Double clears from Caleb, Yuri, and Matt D'Amico. Wow. What a finish. Next up, the Boston Minutemen and Chicago Crusaders. This will be another Shamrock match. Great start for Boston. Okay, wow. Boston currently averaging 0.5 point per run. That has gone all the way up to 2 points per run. Chicago not really running away with this, it must be said. They do take a 3-cubed to 2-cubed lead, 27-8. And Chicago really not getting much out of the gate here. Sam Folsom looking to right the ship. He does, as they go up 35-10, plus a clear bonus in hand. Boston keeping with that 2 point per... Still keeping with that 2 point per run total. Abby Cutts showing solidarity, and that total just went down as it's 47-14. Boston with the lowest point total we've seen so far. Sam Folsom, a stunning fail of floating boards, and now Dominique Carlin trying to come in and get something going. He doesn't. And now they pretty much need to clear out of their final runner. They're going to be the... I have no words. We went from a double century to 51-20. Okay. That's the Ninja Machine League for you. Chicago basically got the week off and showed it. I don't have super high hopes for this next matchup either. The Burlington Brawlers and the Carolina Commanders. I can confirm that was the lowest scoring NML match, both in... wow, okay. Jesse Graff just barely timing out there. Both in total points and by single team points. And I'm pretty sure by points by the winning team as well. Talia Matthews getting the Commanders in front. Sam Leahy has had a sneaky good season. And she continues it. As they're up 16-9. Nick Warren with a clear as well. Shunsuke Nagasaki, believe has time. Just barely. He clears. And Vadim Timonov might clear as well. No time. So after we sort through the clear bonuses, it'll be Commanders 41, Brawlers 38. As Shunsuke Nagasaki's up next. And ties the match. Vadim Timonov ran out of time last stage. Just barely has the time this stage. And Josiah Papel throws. Talia Matthews looking to go 2 for 2. He does. Jesse Graff goes 2 for 2 and running out of time. Gregor Necco scores nothing. Nick Warren scores nothing. Sam Leahy fails the last obstacle. Vadim Timonov's 159 was the only clear of the stage, as the Commanders are in a commanding lead. Well, Jeremy Wargers chokes again. Marius Belanger can't capitalize. Greg, okay, so far we've had a total of 1 cleared obstacle as we go to the final runner, Josiah Papel, who has to clear to win. Doesn't. And we saw a whopping 2 cleared obstacles in the entire third stage. Okay, so the Eastern Conference might be trash. Alright, please tell me we have a better match coming up next. The Houston Hurricanes and Vegas Venom. Okay, now we're talking. The Abby Clark employing Houston Hurricanes. They'll be on Neon. Josh Levin up first. Abby? Maybe. Clears the 17-footer. Houston in an 8-4 lead. Houston 2 for 2 now. They cannot go 3 for 3. Emily Keener for Vegas. Fails snake crossing. Matt Bradley just does clear, and those 3 clears are all Houston Hurricanes. They lead 50-18. But now we see where Vegas's cap went in Ryosuke Miyaoka. This gambit has not particularly paid off so far, as they sit at 1-2. Houston at 3-0. And we see why, as Ramses Valdez picks up the clear. Josh Levin does not. Oh, Abby not able to hang on to the last disc. But this is quickly becoming out of reach as Zach Keenan gets to the last obstacle. Adam Rail clears. Okay, so they do get on the board. And meanwhile, there's all Houston's cap. 87-44 is your score. Oh, Adam Rail cleared. Okay, I wasn't paying attention. Matt Bradley, I mean, this is why you draft him, for moments like this. However, this is a balance obstacle. Failed it. Okay, so Houston currently sitting at 99. They're averaging 105 points a game, though. And they have Phil Folsom still coming up in a complete moot point of a game. Let's just quickly sim this. Oh, he's not going to have time. Oh, he does have time! Houston with 113. They're going to move to 4-0 after Miyaoka fails red tubes. Houston 121, Vegas 52. Yeah, I unlocked a relic. Next up, as we are halfway done now, Minneapolis Mystics and Philadelphia Firebirds. You know, I tried to make these only an hour. I failed this week. Oh, right. They're on Shamrock. We've had some uninspiring matches on Shamrock, but this one should be better. Minneapolis sitting at 1-2, but currently in the playoff conversation. Philadelphia on the other side of the playoff conversation. They both sit at 1-2. But pretty strong teams despite that record. Is this clear? Katie Bone, of course. Yoshinori Issa with the second fastest time so far. Cody Benaway failing a rope reverse. I can't recall seeing that yet. Oscar Gray makes it 3 for 3 for the Firebirds. Kai Beckstrain with a fast time. Luke Forte trying to make it 4 for 4. And he does! Firebirds leading 55 to 37. Katie Bone clearing again. That was the... Oh, so Issa did go faster than Kate. No. Women get extra time. That makes more sense now. Okay, so after some uninspiring matches on Shamrock, these two teams taking this course to school. Though maybe not so much anymore. Yeah, figures as soon as I say something. And then as soon as I retract it. And then as soon as I try to retract it. This game hates me. 86 to 60. I mean, it is a reflection of myself, I suppose. Luke Forte with the clear as Philadelphia moves into the hundreds. Tyler Smith holds the clear record on this stage 3. Not going to beat it, but does beat the stage. However, I believe this lead cannot be overcome. Philadelphia with far and away their highest score of the season. Minneapolis had 111 last time here and lost. This time they'll get 106 and lose. Minneapolis cannot catch a break on this course. Final score, Firebirds 118, Mystics 106. But that 5 different athletes getting the 2 for 2. So that was a nice palate cleanser as we move on to New Haven and Wellington. I know Guan's in the chat. Good luck to Guan. And good luck to Wizzy as well if you're out there watching. Hope it's a fun one. You guys are diving into the grotto. Enzo's going to be up first for the Wizards. Yeah, okay. Well, this is not an inspiring start by any stretch. We're tied at 7, 2 runners in. Asa Reynolds not even going to do much. Okay, now we got some stuff going. And Wreathman will finish things off 3 for 3. Jun Sato with a speedy fast time of 2:11. As we move on to the second stage. Jun Sato, though, unable to conquer Wave Runner. A timeout on Glass Maze for Damien. Still a strong run, though, I suppose. Jared Boyd blitzing through. Another clear, this time for the Wizards. Wreathman 2 for 2, okay. Taylor Green clears. How about Victoria Kramer? No. And it'll be Wizards 67, Whalers 58, heading into the third stage. Whalers going first here. Only able to get 8. Wizards in the lead with a run in hand. They're only able to get 8 as the runners are 0 for 2 against the curved body prop. Comes down to Makoto Nagano. Has to clear the curved body prop or else they're eliminated. And it's over. Ace of Rounds' run is moot as the Wellington Wizards will move up to 4-0 and finish off with a clear, in fact. Final score, Wizards 99, Whalers 70. And looking at these two teams' histories, that's the second lowest score for New Haven this season. And the Wizards, super consistent, 104 and 100 already this season. Coming up on the back end of this lineup as the Los Angeles Reapers take on the San Francisco Overdrive. I do not know why we have these two teams and a team called California, but whatever. They'll be on neon. Starting off with the San Francisco clear. San Francisco 2 for 2 after that Vance Walker clear. Halfway to a perfect stage are the Overdrive. And Riley Porter keeps up that momentum with a strong time. Grace Carr trying to save the cause here. Does not. Aiden Wood for the 4 for 4. And Aiden Wood does not F it up. 4 for 4, and Josh Salinas is trying to spare the Reapers from a perfect stage. Does not. A perfect stage for the San Francisco Overdrive, and it's 58-16. Aiden Wood does fail target practice, though. He will not get the 2 for 2. Robin Ohl keeps the Reapers at 0 for 5. Luke Beckstrand with the clear. Josh Salinas with another fail. Araki with a clear. So the Overdrive going into Overdrive, basically. Finally, the Reapers on the board thanks to Grace Carr. Riley Porter clears. And Aiden Shanley will time out by half a second. Overdrive with the 3 fastest clears. They're up to 102. And we haven't even hit the 3rd stage yet. The points record on this course is 123, and that is in significant danger. San Francisco, such a dangerous team. They'll sit on 110 with 1 run to go. And it's out of Luke Beckstrand, who is unable to beat Blue Moon. But at the end of the day, it's Overdrive 114, Reapers 54, a 60-point victory for the San Francisco Overdrive, who put up a century for the 4th consecutive time this season. They were the only team to hit the century on all 3 of their previous matches, and they go to 4 for 4 on that. Reapers, meanwhile, 0 and 4. Oh, I'm sorry. The Overdrive are 3 and 1. Excuse me. They lost last week. But back in the win column this week. Next up, we go to the 3-0 Vancouver Voyagers. They've scored 99 points in every match this season. 99, 115, and 119. They won 119-43 last time they were on Neon. Panama, meanwhile, are 2-1, having lost last week. But they have yet to put up more than 90 points. And in fact, in their last 2 matches, haven't broken 70. So they need to right the ship here. Gonna need some things to go their way. Max Feinberg with a wall 3 fail. And finally clearing the 14-footer. So he cut things very close. Don't know what happened there. Mikel Logic will cut things not as close as he clears with 15 seconds to spare. Jordan Carr. She's a track star. My goodness. Almost subs the 3. We've only had 1 sub 3 this season. 2 sub 3s, excuse me. Steffi Adelman going to be the first fail of this stage. Kevin Rodriguez with a very fast time. If he would have cleared the 18-footer, he would have destroyed the clear record. One of these... Oh my god, big wheel out of RJ Roman, our first of the night. And after we calculate the bonuses, the Voyagers take a 43-37 lead, despite that 0 out of RJ Roman. And I have just been told that this is Grotto. So this match does not count. Just kidding. We still have no oh my god big wheels. It was bound to happen eventually. At least we stopped it after 1 stage. A timeout by Cam Baumgartner to start the actual match. RJ Roman doing much better this time. No, not that much better. Kano completely blew it on swing mast. Good save for Jordan Carr, and she makes it 2 clears in this match. Vancouver with Kevin Rodriguez running the anchor leg. He will clear. Voyagers with all 3 clears. RJ Roman stopped the perfect stage. And it is 49-20. Voyagers dominating now. Jordan Carr not able to continue that success. Timeout of Glass Maze, so Cam Bomb with 2 timeouts this week. RJ finally redeeming himself with a clear. And Hitoshi Kano getting the Canaleros on the board at the very last second, but not going to do much as Max Feinberg going 2 for 2 with the 2 fastest clears. And this lead now is officially unconquerable. The only real question now is if Vancouver can keep up their points streak. They've scored 99 points or more in every match this season. Panama, meanwhile, 47. That'll be their lowest output of the season by a mile. And Vancouver, we're going to have to slightly amend that stat. At least 90 points in every match this season. As they win this one 94-47. Oh yeah, I forgot about that relic. Max Feinberg, strong candidate for the... because we've already done Jay Lewis. Because I'm pretty sure you put up a 40 last time on Shamrock. Yeah. So, Max Feinberg might be the cover athlete next week. Next up is the Maryland Hawks and Pittsburgh Power. I know Malik and Cool are both in the chat. Good luck to you both. Let's have a fun match, shall we? Shamrock has been very hit or miss today. Nice first clear there out of Jake McClintock. Yusuke Morimoto running stage 1. Interesting choice, but it works. Addie Herman looking to make it 3 for 3. She does. Brian Kretsch ruins the perfect stage. Or the 8 for 8. Three for 3, they're out of the Hawks. Ben Polson failing Nejeri to corkscrew. And there's a 4 for 4 for the Maryland Hawks. And Yusuke will get the fastest time with possibly the clear record. Yes, that is the new clear record on stage 1 for Yusuke Morimoto. And the Power are still down by 30 points. The Power are going to need to do some roster restructuring, methinks, because this is pretty much Yusuke and Max. And even then, Max failed Burando. Yeah, and the second stage is just all coming apart. Nobody clears on the second stage. Fascinating. So the score remains 64 to 35. Morimoto pretty much has to clear here to keep the Power in it. He does not. And Jake McClintock will put this match out of reach. So the Maryland Hawks will go to 4-0. So far, every 3-0 team has won. Max Gorner just completely throws. And Schneider Samiak is just going to do Schneider Samiak things, fall on floating boards, and end this match 90 to 47. Pittsburgh failing to improve on their 50 total from the last time they were on Shamrock. Maryland had 80 last time, this time with 90. They've yet to break the century mark, though. But they said 4-0. And next week they're playing New York, so probably going 5-0. All right, well, it's meme time. The 0-3 Colchester Athletics take on the somehow not 0-3 Quaggas. The Quaggas. The Zebras. Athletics and Zebras, God help us all. Kareem El-Azazi will lead things off. He fails. Yuko Mizuno subbing in as the Quaggas making 3 changes on their roster. And so far it's paying off as Yuko Mizuno has cleared. Andre Johnson has also cleared. Alex Kazanoff also a new addition. We remain tied at 11. And Eugene not going to do too much there. We'll see if he gets redemption on stage 3. Fred Dorrington going to time out on Heavenly Climb by just 2 seconds. And it'll only be the 2 women clearing as the Colchester Athletics lead 26-22 in their quest for their first win of the season. Audrey absolutely throws on stage 2. We're tied at 26 after tied at 28 after Giovanni Ertel clears stage 2. Fred Dorrington's going to go 2 for 2 in timeouts. Alex Kazanov failing the secret wall. Thomas Ballet also failing the secret wall. Can Yuko Mizuno go 2 for 2? She cannot. Tied at 37, but the Quaggas have a clear bonus waiting for them. Can Simon Bruner get them another one? He can. And a very nice time, in fact, as the Quaggas take a 58-41 lead. Quaggas looking to keep things going with Yuji and Simon-Brunner. Yuji doing much better than he did in stage 1. And, in fact, is going to clear. What a run. And the Quaggas, in all likelihood, putting this thing away. Now it is an unattainable lead. The Quagga is going to get their highest output of the season thanks to some roster restructuring. Meanwhile, Colchester has failed to break 60 for the third time in 4 weeks. They got 51 last time they were on Shamrock, 51 again this time on Shamrock. And Yuji very much earning the captainship of the Quaggas. He has been a fantastic player for this team so far this season. All right, next up we have another Grotto match, and then we'll finish with 2 Neons. Cologne Condors and the Montreal Marauders. I wish good luck to Poke and Poke only because the Marauders captain is no longer in the server after a racial slur. A timeout of Heavenly Climb for Lucas Homon. Elena Messier with a clear. Cologne getting on the board. Valentina Karnin also clearing. And actually the Montreal Marauders are looking pretty good here. We're looking good. Montreal coming into this match 0-3. Cologne having 1 win, and it was by a whopping 3 points. The Marauders taking an early lead here. But Cologne getting some strength from Moritz Hans. Valentina Karnin clearing and matching. However, another clear from Aaron Maggiacomo. I believe has the Stage 2 clear record on this course. Might have just done it again. We are 5 for 6 on this stage. We are 6 for 7 on this stage. We are 7 for 8 on this stage. And Aaron Maggiacomo just broke his own clear record by 6 seconds. What a stage. It's 77-70. Cologne started this season by not breaking 50 in their first 2 matches. They scored 71 last week, and they've already scored a season high before even getting to the 3rd stage. Montreal is yet to break 80, and it looks like they will tonight. 74 does beat their last total on Shamrock. Aaron looking to put this away. Doesn't. Archer Schreiber with a chance to put his home countryman in the ground. Does not. Montreal for the 2nd straight week scoring 78 and losing. They'll go down to 0-4. Cologne unable to break 100 as Jean will not clear stage 3. And that makes the final score Cologne Condors 95, Montreal Marauders 78. 2 matches to go. And coming up first, we have the Portland Pikes and San Antonio Stallions. Both of these remaining matches will take place on Neo. Fast run out of Hikari. She does need to take 3 shots at reducing wall. Nick Porter won't even get there. Joe Moravsky not able to beat Ring Chase. Fails an easy skyhook. Sometimes some of these results just make you wonder. James McGrath with the clear. Second of the night for the Stallions. David Fuderin unable to clear for the Pikes. Ashlyn Herbert fills a net. Maxime Benmajani could really bring this pretty close, actually. Well, maybe not that close. 41-26 is your score after one stage. Joe Moravsky going to be leading off the second stage, failing the last disc of target practice. San Antonio only had 69 points last time we were here. Clear by Portland. This is where they got their only win of the season in a 62-53 defensive battle. And they're going to put up another clear right now on clear bonuses. They would be in the lead. Oh my goodness. Ashlyn Herbert failed stage 1. They desperately need him to clear here. They do. And the Stallions stay in it. Maxime cannot go 2 for 2. And the Stallions, because of that Ashlyn clear in the fastest time, no less, will be in a 78-59 lead. Oh, Sean Bryan is on the Stallions. Never mind. So this match is now over. Stallions picking up 94. That'll be their highest score of the season and quite an improvement from their last showing on Shamrock. Pikes with a not quite season high of 71. They've been really consistent. 62, 75, 68, and now 71 as they fall to 1-3. Final score there, 94-71. As we move to the final match, and this is going to be an exciting one. Alaska Annihilators, Reno Runners, Reno 3-0, Alaska 2-1. And two of the highest scoring teams in the NML. Alaska put up 2 106s to start the season and lost to a 117 in week 2. Only 78 last week, but still got the job done. Reno 98, 101, and 112. So here we go. It's your feature matchup of the night. Not starting off strong are the Reno Runners. How about Violet Kepo? Things looking good until she times out at reducing wall. That is a thing that can happen, especially if you don't go very fast. Sandra Scheibler dominating the stage, almost a sub-3. It was a free agency pickup. Spencer O'Brien with a very nice clear as well. From nearby Vancouver. Another ring chaser fail. A timeout by Yuval Shemla. Isabella Folsom failing slack rings. Wow. The only slack rings fail of the night. And it'll be 33-27 Alaska going into stage 2. This has been a much lower scoring matchup than we thought. Jeff Britton getting the clear on stage 2. Isabella not going to get redemption. She goes 0 for 2 tonight. Another clear out of Alaska and a poor performance from Marco Mueller. Hayate Kajihara cannot do much either as he fails target practice. Clear there by Reno to stop the damage. Spencer O'Brien going to leave the door open for No Munier, who clears, and it'll be Alaska 64, Reno 58. Crawling this closer, and Yuval Shemla leaves the door open again. Noah Munier has tied this game. And it remains tied heading into the final runs of the night. It'll be Jeff Britton and Sandro Scheibler. They both beat stage 1. Excuse me, Jeff Britton beat stage 2. Sandro Scheibler beat stage 1 in the fastest time. Could come down to who clears faster. Oh my God! Reno catches a massive break. Alaska no higher than 80 for the second straight week. This will be Reno's lowest scoring total of the season, no matter what happens. Here we go. Sandro Scheibler for the win. Oh, wow! What was that ending? The Alaska Annihilators catch another break. They move to 3-1. Reno, the only 3-0 team this week to lose. 5 undefeated teams remain in the NML. And my goodness, what a match to finish this off. No 2-for-2s in this match that we expected to be the highest scoring of the night. It was not by a long shot. I do want to get you the timestamp on Jeff's fail here. Jeff Britton timed out by 0.0053. I'm just going to double check that total. Yep. 0.0053 seconds. Well, that was a way to end things, huh? Alright, I'm going to go eat something. I hope you all enjoyed the matches, and I'll see you next week.